All right, so find area using complex diagrams, adding or subtracting parts. This is our first B-level video for this learning target. So first problem we're going to look at here is this here with the squares and circles. Find the area of the shaded region. Assume all quadrilaterals are squares. So we have this side length is 16. Well, we are going to break that into 8 and 8. So that kind of means this is 8 and 8. This diameter is 8, which means this radius I'm going to draw in here is 4. Down here, this whole side is 8, which means these little guys are all 4. So just like up above the diameter, if the diameter is 4, that means the radius is going to be 2. All right, so let's kind of start putting all these pieces together. So we know for squares and rectangles, area is just base times height. So for all these squares, if we do base times height, we're going to get 8 times 8. So this one's 64. Same thing down here. This one's 64. Over here in this region, so if that circle was filled in, that would be 64. But the circle is not filled in, so we're going to have to subtract the circle. So remember, our circle formula is pi r squared. So we're going to do this bigger square minus the white circle. So minus pi times radius squared, and here our radius is 2. So if we calculate that out, we get 51.4. We can do a little rounding. And then that just leaves the big circle up here. So if we do pi times radius squared, we get 50.3. So those 4 red totals, those are the 4 kind of quadrants of this shape here. So I'm just going to add them all up. So total, we have 64 plus 64 plus 50.3 plus, I'm going to go down a line, 51.4. Add those all up, and our total is 230.1. All right, so let's take a look at our next one here. Undo. Find the area of the shaded region. So this, the shaded region is just a triangle. The base of that triangle is 16. The height, well, that would just be half the height of the rectangle is just going to be 5. So area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So here we've got 1/2 times the base is 16 times the height is 5. So area equals 40. That one was pretty quick. Let's take a look at the next one. This one is also pretty quick, I think, because everything we need is labeled right there. So this square in the middle, the sides are 3 and 3. So this one, base times height, 3 times 3, the area is 9. These rectangles on the sides, they all have the same width, 1, and the same height, 3. And that might be kind of switched, width and height, but they all have the same 2 measurements. So these all have an area of 3. So base times height equals 3. Now the corners. So these shapes, if we put 2 of those together, so if I take that one from over here and flip this one around, I get a square. The base of that square is this 1 meter. So that is 1, and that is 1. So these two together have an area of 1. The two on the bottom together have an area of 1. So the total, I guess let me mark that these together have 1 meter squared as their area. The total, I'm going to take that 9. I'm going to take the 4 threes, and I'm going to take the 2 1s that come from putting these triangles together, add those all up, and we should get 23 meters squared. All right, these last two I am not going to fully solve. I'm just going to help you get set up, and you can solve on your own. All right, so this next one here. This could be a triangle if we filled in this missing rectangle. So this rectangle has a base of 2 and a side of 4. And then that leaves us with a triangle where the base is 7 and the side is 9. So those two things we can find the two areas of, and then we are just going to do triangle minus the rectangle, and that will give us the area we're looking for. All right, last one quick. So I will say this one, the picture got a little bit stretched. So they look kind of like ovals, but if we break this in half and we take our 21 and divide that by 2, we get 10.5. So this side right here is 10.5 and the side going up is 10.5. So that means this is a square and that is a circle. So I know it looks like a little bit like an oval, but that is a circle. So kind of like the last one, we are going to find the area of the rectangle. Rectangle. And then we are going to subtract the area of the two circles. So 2 times pi r squared. So just be careful thinking about what does r equal. I'll give you a hint. It is not 10.5. All right, try those two. You can check the answer key or the completed notes to check your answers. Good luck.